then they'll even add, I voted for you last time for governor. And I thought, that must be what happened. I would like to especially thank Governor Rell for coming today. You know, Jody was one of the first people I talked to about running for the United States Senate. And she told me at that time, she said, you are going to love the people of Connecticut when you get out to meet them all. And she was absolutely right. I go around to all of these, we call them conversations with Linda. I've now been in over 150 of your homes. I've been to several of your businesses. I've had the good pleasure of having Mayor Dick Moshe take me around. So let's give our mayor a hand. He has been so good and so dear, and his wife Barbara, to host me in so many events and take me around and show me Norwalk and just to be incredibly supportive. So it's that ability to get out and meet you and shake hands and let you look me in the eye. A lady said to me an hour ago when I stopped by my Waterbury headquarters, she said, I came today because I want to look you in the eye. I'm almost ready to vote for you, but I'm not quite sure. So we talked for a couple of minutes, and I said, how'd I do? I said, do I have your vote yet? And she said, I like the way you look me right in the eye when you talk to me. And I truly believe that the United States Senate is about service. And so who could I have better to speak on my behalf and represent me here today than our two senators from Alaska and Maine, Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. Thank you so much. And I'll tell you why I like these ladies, because they're not a rubber stamp for anybody's policy. They're independent thinkers. That's the kind of senator I will be, an independent thinker. And of course, Kathy McShane. When we first talked to Kathy about chairing the Women for Linda Coalition, she said, you know, I'm just about the most apolitical person on the planet. And she said, I don't normally get involved in politics on one side or the other. But it was really wonderful that she agreed to chair this coalition, and I'm so grateful to have her and her support, and all of you who have already signed up for the Women for Linda Coalition. And if you haven't, we happen to have the forms here before you now. You know, this is a very serious election, and we can laugh and we can have some jokes, and we should, because we all do relate to one another. But what's going to turn this election is the person in our state who can lead, who can be an independent voice, who understands what many of you go through. And I've walked in your shoes. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm also a daughter, and I know what it takes to have that guilt feeling when you leave your child at home that morning with a fever, or you can't make opening night at the school play because you've been called away to do something else. And women who juggle life, careers, open businesses, you are to be so applauded. But those especially, our stay-at-home moms, who in 24/7 every single day, without ever a minute of rest, you are the ones that we need to applaud today. As Senator Collins mentioned, Connecticut's unemployment is incredibly high. It went up to 9% with the latest job reports. And that means, folks, that 171,000 people woke up this morning without a job here in our state. And they joined the 23 million around our country who don't have a job. And when I'm touring around the state, while I hear my opponent push back on anti-women and being against women, of course that's absolutely not true, because I would like them to just take a look and realize I am a woman. Why on earth would I be against women? So of course I clearly am not. But when I travel around, I understand what you're telling me is while those issues are important for you, you're worried about your job if you're the breadwinner, your husband's job if he's the breadwinner. Can your kids get a job when they graduate from college? Because 1 out of 2 is not getting a job. Many of you find yourselves in what has been referenced the sandwich generation. You're in between your parents and your children. And both of them might have moved in with you during this economic time. And you know what? Those are struggles that our families around the state are having. We need to put people back to work. When people have jobs, they have money in their pockets, they can buy more goods and services, more people make goods and services, more retailers sell goods and services, and our economy then starts to flourish and to grow. So many of our problems really go away when we have people working and with a healthy job market. So today, I would just stand before you to say that I think this election, still memories, this election is really going to turn on which candidate in this race knows about job creation, who's had that experience, who's had that gnawing in your gut when you're not confident you're going to be able to make payroll that week. When you decide not to have to, you decide not to take a salary so that other people can have a salary. You understand what it's like to balance that cash flow from month to month. And as we've said here earlier today, we know what rules and regulations and taxes, how they impact our businesses, especially our small businesses. So my jobs plan, which is 6 points, and I'm not going to go through them all today, but I just want you to know that the crux of my plan is a tax cut for the middle class and to cap taxes on our small businesses, because that's where we're really just stifling our economy. We need to make those changes so our middle class can flourish, because when they flourish, small businesses flourish. Small businesses create 65% of our jobs. We need to get them back on track, and that is totally my pledge, to work very hard to pass my plan when I'm in Washington. There's something for Democrats and Republicans. It deals with the economy, it deals with jobs, it deals with our environment, it deals with overregulation, and it deals with overtaxation. And I believe that we are going to continue to have a successful race and keep our momentum going. We're neck and neck. And it's going to take a lot of hard work to get us over the finish line, but we can do it. I think Susan referenced Super Saturday. Well, today is our second Super Saturday that we've had during the campaign. And I'll make stops at several of our campaign offices all around the state today. And it's to rally those troops and to get them out there. Our goal when we entered the race was before the election to make, to knock on over 500,000 doors and to make over 1 million phone calls. Well, as of Monday, we will go over that goal.